Mmm, chocolate. Mmm, peanut butter. Ooh. Hey, you got chocolate on my peanut butter. You got peanut butter on my chocolate. Oh, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, I love this.
Two great tastes that taste great together. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Real milk chocolate. Good old-fashioned peanut butter.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
If you please, yo, everyone loves them. From animatronics from outer space. Can't get enough of them. I'll empty a bag right into my face. You get them at movies, get them in a combo meal to save. Doesn't represent a rainbow, might melt in your hand if you dare to wait. It comes in a cup or a chocolate bar varieties. Comes in 3 colors, the 3 you see in autumn leaves. They're kinda spooky, synonymous with Halloween. They are the dookie, you'll find a sack inside the Reese's Pieces at the movies. Reese's Pieces, summer party, bullet Reese's in the treehouse, bullet Reese's on safari, candy coated, and you know it, peanut butter. It's no wonder Reese's Pieces got me wheezing, free me from the spell I'm under. Reese's Pieces at the movies, Reese's Pieces, summer party, bullet Reese's in the treehouse, bullet Reese's on safari, candy coated, and you know it, peanut butter. It's no wonder Reese's Pieces got me wheezing, free me from the spell I'm under. Reese's Pieces was from Chicago in the year of 1893. A man named Milton, a disaster out of Lancaster, P. Inspired by the Germans, and the chocolate making machinery. He invented milk chocolate, ortho from the Swiss, that's history. So Milton lit a factory and a tavern, a park, and a school for orphans. Made bars and kids and chips real cheap so poor peas could afford them. What a great depression. 920, not funny, no money in their pocket. Except Pennsylvania, where Milton kept on bringing out chocolate. There was a good bar in the middle of World War, and Milton did his part. Made anti-aircraft guns and sent the soldiers chocolate bars. Meanwhile, I had a shipping, was secretly dipping peanut butter in his Pennsylvania basement. It was so exciting, through the lightning and thunder. Name's Harry Burnett. You can bet my ass gonna go to Harvard. Behold the penny cup. Could've done it without George Washington Carver. I was living a high life, champagne limousine, it was a trip. Then I died of a heart attack, off and on, I was bought in 56. Now please fast forward to the 70s, scientists discovered Panuche. Peanut butter's too oily, the Pieces takes their part in a food chain. Now the name is commonplace, it's the latest interview with the lady named Witherspoon. Don't need a whole bag, kid, cause mama be mad and dad said do soon. Reese's at the movies, Reese's Pieces, slumber party, bullet Reese's in the treehouse, bullet Reese's on safari, candy coated, and you know it, peanut butter, it's no wonder Reese's Pieces got me wheezing, free me from the spell I'm under. Reese's Pieces at the movies, Reese's Pieces, slumber party, bullet Reese's in the treehouse, bullet Reese's on safari, candy coated, and you know it, peanut butter, it's no wonder Reese's Pieces got me wheezing, free me from the spell I'm under. Reese's Pieces.
Go and get your Reese's right now so you can be the coolest among your friends.
Oh. So what? You think now that you heard this catchy little jingle, you have to go out and buy some candy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. The colors, the lyrics, the tone, the music, all of it. Don't you think it was just a little bit manipulative?
Yeah.
I mean, this is 15 minutes ago. Were you even thinking about going out and buying this candy at all? Sorry. I know it's not your fault. I probably shouldn't be blaming you. Did you know that corporations and companies are spending millions of dollars every minute to pump messages and things into your TV and radio and iPod to try to get you to buy their product? Here, watch this video. It'll do a better job of explaining it than I can.
The media is the message and the messenger, and increasingly a powerful one.
People learn more from media than any other single source of information. So if we want to understand what's going on in our society in the 21st century, we have to understand media.
If you think about media and technology, they're delivering content that is shaping our society. They're shaping our politics, they're shaping our national discourse, and most of all, they're shaping our children's brains and lives and emotions.
We estimate there's somewhere north of 1 billion people who use the internet every single day. That's just a reach that hasn't existed before in terms of media.
Our kids today live on Facebook and cell phones. The diversity of the platforms means that those images are impacting your kid 24/7, and whatever restrictions existed when we were growing up simply don't exist today.
Girls get the message from very early on that what's most important is how they look, that their value, their worth depends on that. And boys get the message that this is what's important about girls. We get it from advertising, we get it from films, we get it from television shows, video games, everywhere we look. So no matter what else a woman does, no matter what else her achievements, their value still depends on how they look.
There is no appreciation for women intellectuals. It's all about the body, not about the brain.
You all saw the famous photo from the weekend of Hillary looking so haggard and looking like 92 years old.
Breast implants. Did you have them or not? Because that's all over the internet about you in mainstream media.
I think if you waterboarded Nancy Pelosi, she wouldn't admit to plastic surgery.
The fact that media are so limiting and so derogatory to the most powerful women in the country, then what does it say about media's ability to take any woman in America seriously?
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
The media treats women like and it's horrible, and it's like, I don't know how we survive it. I don't know how we rise above it.
Media creates consciousness, and if what gets put out there that creates our consciousness is determined by men, we're not going to make any progress.
An aspect of media literacy education that I think many people aren't aware of is the whole political economy of the media. Most media get their revenues from advertising.
This is all about capitalism. The exploitation of women's bodies, cells, products, magazines, etc.
This notion that these media companies are just giving us what the public wants. No. They're giving us what the media companies want, they're giving us what the advertisers want, and they're packaging it in such a way as to make it sound like it's our fault, and it's not.
A lot of advertising is based on making people feel anxious and feeling insecure. The effect is primarily subconscious. It is very harmful, but for the most part, we're not really aware of that.
As a culture, women are brought up to just be fundamentally insecure.
I remember 5th grade, I was worrying about my weight, and now I'm in 9th grade, I'm still worrying about my weight.
I have close friends that in between break periods, they will go to the bathroom and put on 10 pounds of makeup, and you're at school to learn.
In a world of 1 million channels, people try to do more shocking things to break through the clutter. They resort to violent images, or sexually offensive images, or demeaning images.
It creates a climate in which there's widespread and increasing violence against women.
When is it going to be enough?
We're socializing boys to believe that being a man means being powerful and in control. Ooh la la. Being smarter than women or better than women, or our needs get met first in relationships with women, that's not genetically predestined. That's learned behavior.
I definitely am not one to conform to the we need to be hypermasculine and we need to be misogynistic stereotypes. And it really puts a lot of pressure on me when I have relatives who have grown up with this phenomenon who attempt to put me on that path, but I'm not ready for it.
Little boys and little girls, when they're 7 years old, an equal number want to be president of the United States when they grow up. But then you ask the same question when they're 15, and you see this massive gap emerging.
We're we're shortchanging voices that are urgently needed in public forums from ever getting to the table.
If people knew that Cuba, China, Iraq, and Afghanistan have more women in government than the United States of America, that would get some people upset.
No wonder we are in such trouble in this country. We've been choosing our national leadership from 6% of the country.
As the most powerful country in the world, if you're not standing for the right values and for the right principles, that's a loss for the world.
This is a tough question. What do you think? What about what your fellow players think? At the end of the game, you will get to see how you did.
I placed second.
Stop watching cartoons about retarded unicorns and focus on cheating.
I'm number one. Nah, 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 nah.
I bet if I fire all of you, I win.
Dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.